Okay, in this last part, I'm now going to tell you how to construct a truth table. Okay? But first, ano yung ibig sabihin kapag tinanong ka ng truth value? Halimbawa, sinabi sa'yo, binigyan ka ng logical or symbolic statement or statement in symbolic form. Tapos tinanong sa'yo, what is the truth value of this statement? Ang ibig sabihin lang nun, you have to identify or verify if the statement is true o kaya ay if the statement is false. The truth value of a statement is true or big T if the statement is true and false or big F if the statement is false. So, gagamit ulit tayo ng symbol. Big T for true, small or big F rather for false. Okay, again, presenting again the statements na nakita nyo na kanina. Di ba sinabi sa inyo kanina na kapag yung original sa negation statement, kapag yung original statement ay true, yung negation ng statement na to ay false. So, ibig sabihin, the negation is Bill Gates does not have a yacht. So, if the original statement is already true, the negation is false. Ganun din kapag kabaliktaran, di ba? If the original statement is false, statement B is false. For example, if this one is false, edi true yung pangalawa o yung negation statement. The Dolphins won the game. This is now true if the first one is false. Okay? O, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina that there are possible outcomes. In a negation statement, if the original statement is true, again, I'm only repeating myself, the negation statement is false. What about conjunction? Kasi pag conjunction, gumagamit ka ng and, di ba? I'll give you an example. To pass the course, the students need to complete all activities and pass all exam. Ganito po kapag conjunction. Dapat, para maging true yung buong statements na to, dapat true yung unang statement, saka true din yung pangalawang statement. Ibig sabihin, dapat yung estudyante kompleto sa activities at pasado sa lahat ng exam. Para maging true yung overall statement or to pass the course. The next one, you need to be one of the first 100 customer and at saka bumili ng products worth 200 pesos para matanggap mo yung freebie. Okay, so notice that both statements has be true for the overall statement or the compound statement to be true as well. Halimbawa, sa first one, nagpasa ka ng mga activities but you failed to pass one of the exam. So, the compound statement or the overall statements will still be false kahit na true yung una. So, these are the possible outcomes. If P, complete all statements or activities, is true and Q is true as well, pass all the exams, then the conjunction of P and Q ay true, syempre. Pero if one of them is false, false na yun. The same with the third one. Syempre naman, kapag pare silang false, di false, syempre, yung kalalabasan. Different kapag disjunction, kasi gumagamit ka ng or, di ba? Ibig sabihin, one way or the other. If one of them is true, that makes the whole statement true. To comply to the requirement, you may submit a video or an audio file. Ibig sabihin, pag nagsabi ka ng video, complied ka. Naka-comply ka. Nag-comply ka. Pag nasabit ka ng audio, nag-comply ka din. To pass the course, your final grade must be 75. Pag naka-75 ka, pasado. But if above, that's even better. Still pasado. But 75, that's still passing. So, these are the possible cases. Siyempre, pag parehong true, di true. True and false, kahit na false yung Q, pero true yung P, that's still true. Pag may presensya ng isang true, the overall statement is true. Siyempre, kapag parehong false, the overall statement is false. Okay? As a summary, remember this. Okay, now, truth tables. Definition. A truth table is a table that shows the truth value of a statement for all possible truth values of its component. Ibig sabihin, we will make sure na na-verify natin lahat ng possible cases. Di ba? for us to be able to say with confidence na yung statement na yun ay true talaga. Okay, just repeating. Okay, let's start now. So there are steps, no? Let's do it step by step. This is your logical statement. Okay? So if we will read more to this, ang sabi, yung negation ng P, kukunin mo yung disjunction niya with Q. And then yung magiging answer dito, kukunin mo yung negation. After mo kunin yung negation, hanapin mo yung disjunction noon sa Q again. Okay? So that's a bit complicated. So nakita mo na meron ka lang dalawang statements which are P and Q. So syempre, meron lang apat na possible combination, di ba? P and Q ay parehong true, parehong false, or one of them is false. So, susulat mo yun dito sa kaliwa. Ang tawag doon, standard truth table. Okay? Tapos, gagawa ka ulit ng table sa kanan, katabi nun, doon mo lalagay yung given statement. Pero, isa-isahin muna natin. So, parang sa PEMDAS lang, diba? Ang una mo titignan dito, tulad ng pagkakadescribe ko kanina, ay yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. And then, lagi mo unahin yung may negation. Interpret. Or, I shouldn't say interpret. Get the truth value of the negation. Okay. So, kunin mo muna yung negation ng P. So, di ba? Tingnan mo yung values ng P. Ano yung kabaliktaran nun? If P is true, syempre ang negation ng kabaliktaran ay false. Again, that's the same. If P is false, syempre the negation is true. And again. Okay, so you're done with this. Next one, kunin mo yung disjunction or with Q. So you're looking at this and this. When we have disjunction statements, if one of them is true, if one of them is true, the result will be true. Syempre, both of them are false. Di false yung result, no. Parehong true, syempre, true na. One of them is true, the overall statement is true. The next one, kukunin mo yung negation nito. Okay? Let's erase first. Kunin mo yung kabaliktaran nito. So, true, di false to. False, true. True, and then false, true. This is false. Okay? Okay, and finally, so we're done with this. Disjunction again. So you're getting the OR of this one and this one. So we have to take a look at this and then Q. So OR, if one of them is true, the overall statement is true. Okay, true itong pangalawa. True yung una, yung Q. So true. Parehong false. So syempre, false. Ano naman ibig sabihin yan, sir? What did we do? So tingin ka sa pinakadulo na column. Ito yung resulta. Ito yung mga truth values on the possible outcomes. Ibig sabihin, kung yung P and Q ay true, you can say, or this statement is true. Pero kapag false ang Q, true pa din yung statement na to. Pag false ang P, pero true ang Q, true pa rin yung statement na to. But if both P and Q are false, this statement is now false. Okay? So that's the truth table. Doon mo masasabi kung itong statement na to ay true or false on the different outcomes. Possible outcomes. No, kasi hindi rin alam kung ang P ba ay true, ang Q ba ay false. So we check them on all possible outcomes. Okay. Let me do it again. So the first step is list down the possible outcomes. So, kasi diba, you have to list down the possible outcomes kasi the truth or the falsity of the statements, pwede siyang mag-depend kung yung bang mga statements individual statements ay true o kaya ay false. Okay? Yun titignan natin dito. So, dalawang parenthesis ito. Pwedeng unahin na lang natin yung nasa kaliwa. So, meron ka negation. So, negation of Q. Baliktarin mo yung Q. This is Q. So, false, true. Opposite of true is false. False, true. Okay. Kunin na natin yung conjunction. So, P and negative Q. Okay. We have to look at this and P. Look at the conjunction between them. So, conjunction, dapat pare silang true para maging true ito. So, this is false kasi false tong negation ng Q for that particular case or outcome. Sa pangalawa, pare silang true. So, this is true. This is false. Sa pang-apat, yung negative Q lang yung true. So, that's false. Okay, now let's take a look at the second one. Let's do the negation first. Let me erase. Mag-iwan kayo ng mark para madalian kayo. So, negation of P. I'll take a look at P. So, false, false, true, and true. So, tama ba? Let's verify. True, false, true, false. False, true, false, true. Now, let's do this. So, right now, I have a disjunction. So, if one of them is true, true na yun, yung buong statement. So, true and false, so true, false and false, so false, true and true, so true, false and true, so true. Okay, so na-process na natin to and ito. Ngayon, this one. Solve na natin yung given. Let me just write it. Okay. So, titingin ka dito sa red dot. You have a disjunction. So, if one of them is true, the overall statement is true as well. So, false and true. So, true. True and false. True. Lahat pala true. Okay? So, this statements pala, or this statement is true on all cases. Kahit pa ang P at Q ay parehong true, or pareho silang false, o kaya one of them is true, and one of them is false, and the other is false. Okay? Okay, so nagawa na natin yung A. We constructed a truth table. Use the truth table that you constructed in part A to determine the truth value of this logical statement kung yung P daw is true and the Q is false. So, which row is that? P is true, Q is false. So, that's actually row number 2. P true, false, Q false. So, true. The truth value if P is true and Q is false is, for this